So far we've worked on the login and the registration screen. We saw that we can register a user and we can perform login, and when login is successful, we are able to print a message here. Remember, this application is about ordering for gas online. I want us today to focus on finalizing the database design. So go to your cPanel. I'll go to my database so that we finalize on that. Database design is an important part of software development. We need to see that we have the tables that we need and they are organized to fit the business need that we have, or rather the application that we want to design. So please go to your database and let's make some changes, or let's finalize its design. The first table that I have is users. I want to open that table. So far, I have the name, the phone number, role, password, and created at. I'd like to create one more field. So I'll go to structure here and just add one more column, and that is the image. I will add this before I get to created at. So after password, create one more column. So click go. This is image, so that users have a profile picture. I will set that as varchar, and I will set this to a length of like 50 or even 20. Let's have 50 because at some point we might need to auto generate that image, and if we auto generate, the name might be large. Default null. This is important because we already have people in our database. So when we set default null, it means even if the value is not applied, then that is fine. Okay, then I will just save this. You notice when we now go to browse, everyone has null for image, and that's okay. We need to remember to take care of one more thing, that is the script that we were using to sign up, because now it would be expecting an image. So I'll go to that particular script that we were using to sign up and just add one more column in the folder, in the statement that we are using to create a record. I'm trying to locate my folder, the folder that I used for this. Okay, so we have a script called sign up. Let's modify that. Remember how we were doing this? Insert into users, the ID, which is auto-generated, first name, last name, phone, password, and then after password we have image. So for image, since we've not worked on how to put this in, for now we can have it as empty. Generally, when you are signing up, you don't need to provide an image, but once the app is done and we have a profile page, in that profile page, we can provide a way the user or a user can update their image, and that is the part they will use to set the image. So for now, we set it to null. Yet, we go back to our database. We have one table, users, that's complete. This is about ordering gases online or gas online. So let's do this. Let's have a table for products. So new, table name is products. These are the items that we are selling. How many columns do we need here? Okay, so ID as always, and then we have product name, then we have product description. So if you're dealing with services, this is the same table, you just use a different name. Product name, product description, we might need product price, just price really. And then we might need Well, for the example of a gas, we need product name, product description, and I think that would suffice for the example. Let's just have another column, or maybe we can save this first. You can always add or modify. Okay, so let's make some changes. We truly did not specify the correct data types. Let's go there. ID, this should be auto increment. Product name is varchar. This can be just the name, really, 30. This is description, can be like 50, even 80. Price, that's double. Excuse me, double. Don't need to provide this. You don't need to provide this. No defaults. Okay, that's it really. We can make this unique so that they never have the same name. So where is index? No problem. We can do it at a different place. Okay, so that table is done. I needed to make this product name unique so that really we don't have two products with the same name. The nature of the application that you're doing. If you're doing an e-commerce application and you have multi-vendor, different sellers could have a product with a similar name, so that's allowed. Okay, I think we need to add one more column after price, and we just call it created at. Created at, that's a timestamp, and the default we can just do current timestamp, so that as you create a record, the timestamp is attached. I think we need one more column, and that's the image, the profile of the thumbnail of this product. So one, I think it can come after description. The other is not really important. Okay, this is image, and it says varchar like 30, and default can be null. We don't want to force that. Then we save that. I think we are done with our table. Good. Now let's go inside this folder here, the root folder. Let's create another folder and call it p images or product images. In here we will put all the images of our products. So I had designed some. Make sure you take time to get good images, good size, because that affects how your application loads. So I've designed some images here that I can use for my products, gas ordering. Look at how the images are designed. White background, all of them are 200 by 200 pixels, because if you just pick random pictures, ones that are too huge, it will affect how soon or fast your application loads. Okay, not able to select many at the same time. Oh, there should be a better way. Okay, let me see. Unfortunately not. Okay, I'm sure there could be a better way of uploading many of them at the same time. Let's just finish this. So for every product, when we want to have an image, and that's what I took time to prepare before this video, and you will need to do the same, right? Those names are important because we will be using them in the database, so that when the user goes to the product list, then they can see the image and the descriptions of those products. We are left with one more. Okay, so let's go to the database. I can close some of this. Let's go to the database here and create records. The first product is total 13 kg gas. Okay, you can find better description. For now, I'll just repeat this. You know, those nice descriptions, fully filled with weighed and approved. You know, you can find better descriptions. Then the image, we'll just go in our folder here. This is total 13 kg. Pick that name as is, even the extension. So I'll attempt to rename this. Just pick this name, total 13 kg. I'll put that here. Price, I can't remember these prices. Don't worry about the units when you're dealing with prices. In the database, we don't store units. We don't store currency symbols. That's what I mean. Okay, good. Let's create another one here. Total 6 kg. Make sure there's consistency. It was K. 6 kg gas. I'll just repeat this so that I move fast. Okay, image, check the name of your image here. Total 6 kg JPEG. I'd rather copy this. I'll click on rename. I just click on it and then copy this, put it here. No, I did not get it. Okay, the price. The price 1300. We can store the two records. Okay, let's look at our table now. We have that. We can do that for all the others. I think this one I missed. Make sure the images have the right extension and that they exist in that folder. Okay, so we now have two tables. That is the users, the products. We need another one, which is the last one, which talks of orders, because users as an entity and products as an entity, when they interact, then you have a new table created. A user orders the particular product. So we need a table called orders. Let's create that. Orders. So can have ID here. Order ID. User ID. And created at, this is order, the time the order was created, data types, date and time or timestamp, user ID. Since you're using mobile number as the unique value here, we can have that as the user ID. Order ID, we can supply that, it's an integer. It is 10. This is auto incremented column. Let's change the order ID from varchar to from int to varchar. We might need to attach some unique characters to the order ID. Right, let's create the table. This one order ID can be 10 digits maximum. Save the table. Please notice how this table is created. It does not have the name of the user who placed the order. It does not have the product name. In fact, we need to add a column called product ID. We can do that after order ID after order ID. So product ID. Everything in this table except the order ID exists in another table. If we don't do this, we will have a lot of data duplication. So we need to be careful with that. And in all your projects, you're definitely going to have a similar table. Okay, so ID, that's the order, the record ID. Then we have product ID, then order ID, user ID, and created at. There's only one thing that we did not specify here, and that would be the price. But that exists in another table. We don't even need to worry about that. We need to make sure that this table is normalized and does not have data that is unnecessary or that exists in another table. Let's add price. Why we need to add price is because if we go to the products table and change the price of an item, then that will affect the existing orders. So to separate that, let's have a column called price in the orders column. You can do that after order ID. Call it amount. That's data type double. And I think we are done. Let's review the columns we have in this table again. Order ID, which is primary key. That is ID, sorry. Then product ID. It's okay. It doesn't have to be primary key because we can have many people making order of the same product. Order ID is unique. We will make sure that that value is unique because that's what we will use to reference the order. Okay, then we have amount, user ID, and created at. Let's create a record for this table so that we can see how this plays. Let's go to insert. First, the ID is auto increment, so we leave it blank. Then we go to product ID. We need to open the products table on a new tab and look at all the products that we have and pick the ID. For example, total 13 kg gas, the ID is 1. So I will write 1 here. Order ID, I can generate a random value here. We will see how to do this. Let's assume that is the order. Amount, by the time of buying, this was sold at 2600. You need to understand the logic why we are providing this amount here, yet we have it in the other table. So that in future, when the price of the items increases or decreases, it doesn't affect the existing orders. User ID, can look at the table called users, open it in a new tab. Our primary key is a phone number. So I'll just pick one of the phone numbers here. And you can make the determination whether you want to use this ID or phone number. If you use the phone number, you might not be able to change the phone numbers throughout the existence of the project. So you can make a determination on what you want to base your system on. So let me use the user ID, which is the phone number here. So this is the person making this order, paying or supposed to pay this amount. The order ID is this, the product is this. This is a very important table. Good. So we have orders. We have one order. We have the users. We have the products. Products have images, that is thumbnails. Users have thumbnails. I wanted us to just finalize on the database so that we can proceed from the next video.